What do you see on your screen?
Histogram.
Histogram.
What do you see? But in a histogram, what are special? How do you know it is a histogram and not something else? What are the features of a histogram?
Frequency.
The bars are connected.
The bars are connected. So first thing, it has bars, and second thing, it has the bars of this graph are connected, right? That's how you know it is a histogram. Somebody got disconnected. Who is it?
Yes, I'm just already connected.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, one important thing that you see here is in a histogram, if you look at it properly, what do you see? That there's
Only for one object.
it's okay, only for one object. Now, in something important, I'm going to tell you about the histogram. In a histogram, the frequency of the data which is shown, is shown by the area of each bar. Okay. In a histogram, I'm repeating, the frequency of the data which is shown by the what? What word? What is the word?
Area.
No. Is the area of each bar. And each bar is of what shape?
Rectangle.
It is like a rectangle. So if I'm saying area, then a rectangle ka area, can you tell me what is the area of a rectangle?
Length into breadth.
Length into breadth. So when I'm going to talk about the area of each bar, then I'm going to talk about the length and breadth. And length and breadth will be something which is on the x-axis and on the y-axis for that particular bar. I will explain what it means. Did we understand this much? I will repeat my 3 pointers here. First, in a histogram, what I'm again saying, in a histogram, the frequency of a data is shown by the area of each bar. Okay. Now, each bar resembles a rectangle. So when I say area, then I mean length into breadth. Okay. Now, histogram is, you will come across various kinds of histograms.
So length into breadth would be like weight into frequency or something like that.
Right. Absolutely. Right. Very good. So now going forward, you will see different kinds of histograms. Okay. I'm going to show you one which is here. All right. Just a minute. In this histogram, have a look. Do you see that the width of each is missing? Is varying? Not missing. Sorry. Each bar has a different width. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 42, this thing.
Which means, yeah, the area of each bar is different.
True.
Area of each bar is different, correct? Obviously, वैसे भी area of each bar is different, but यहाँ पर हमने क्या कर दिया? The class width, if you look at the width of each, वो different हो गया. इधर 20 है, इधर भी it is 20, इधर it is how much? अगले वाले में, for the next one it is just this much. For the next one it is this much. Uske baad it is this much. So the width is varying, isn't it? Okay. So here comes the concept of frequency density. Did you understand this, whatever I've said till now? Did you understand whatever I've said till now? Few things that I spoke about till now is, I'll repeat. Shamik, I just cannot see your face. Can you please put your camera properly? Kyra, even you need to, whatever you've kept in front.
Auntie, I've hurt my back, so I'm like leaning behind. Otherwise, I have to bend like
put
this.
the camera properly. Just bend camera ko aur niche karo. Yes. So coming back to the point, what am I saying? First thing, few pointers that you need to remember. Jo histogram hai, that is going to show in a histogram, the frequency of the data is shown by the area. Okay. Area of what? Area of each bar. That is your first pointer. Frequency of the data. Ye bahut important hai because this is how, on this one line is my entire thing dependent.
Frequency. 1 second, can I write?
Please write down. Frequency of the data is shown by the area of each bar. And
can you write it on the thing?
I will write. Just a minute. I'll write all the pointers that you need to know for this. I'm just sharing that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. These are the pointers that you need to remember here. So first thing, in a histogram, the frequency of the data is shown by the area. Okay. What is the area? Area of each bar. Second, histogram, obviously it resembles what? It is going to resemble a rectangle. So the area would mean length into breadth. Okay. Now the histograms that you will get will have varying widths. Because the area of the bar represents the frequency, the height must be adjusted to correspond with the width of the bar. I will show you how we need to do that. And you get a very, very important formula here, which is this one. Frequency density is equal to frequency upon the class width.
Can you go a little up?
This one. This is the most important formula. We are going to use this formula very often now. How to do it, I'm going to show you now.
Wait,
Pointers are noted.
With
Huh?
the area.
Class width is not the area. I'll tell you how. What is the area? Area of the data is shown by the frequency. Okay. Area, we just read here, right? The first line. What was the first line, Tisha? Here. Frequency is the area. Frequency is the area. Okay. So if that means corresponding to this is area, which means there must be some length into breadth to correspond to that area. That breadth is nothing but your class width. Area, as we mentioned earlier, it's nothing but the frequency. Okay. And the length will be something called as frequency density. I hope this much is clear. अब इसको use कैसे करना है, that I'm going to tell you. Area is equal to length into breadth. That area is nothing but the frequency, as we understood from here. Area is the frequency, right? So area of a rectangle is length into breadth. That breadth will be the class width, but the length will be the frequency density. Okay, so I will make you understand this with one question. The question says, here on your screen next. The question says, draw a histogram from the table shown for the distribution of ages of passengers traveling on a flight to New York. Note that the data has been collected into class intervals of different widths. So how do I know that? मैंने क्या किया? I'll start looking at all the data that is provided to me. Okay. Then what do I see? This is the width is 20. Here also 20 to 40 is also 20. 20 to 50 is not 20. The width is how much? The width is only 10. But how much is the width? Width is only 10. 50 to 70. How much is the width? Come on, tell me. Speak, everyone.
20.
20. And 70 to 100, how much is the width?
30.
30. All right. So do you see that the widths are varying? Do you see that the widths are varying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that is our first thing. The widths are varying here. Now, what do we know? This width is going to act like what? This width is going to act like breadth. And the frequency is going to act like what? The frequency, what did we learn? Kyra, what did we learn? Frequency is what?
Frequency is the area.
Very good. Frequency is the area. So क्या calculate करना है हमें? What is missing here? What data is missing here? What data is missing here?
The length.
The length. And what was the length? Length क्या represent कर रहा है?
Frequency
length?
density.
frequency density. So we are going to calculate frequency density for everything or for all of these. Abhi tak clear hai? What are we supposed to do in these questions?
Auntie,
Hmm.
can I just call my dad once? My mom wants to tell me something. 1 minute.
Okay. First thing, we noticed that the width were varying, first thing. And these widths are going to be the breadth. Area we know is the frequency, right? So what are we supposed to calculate now? What is missing? The lengths are missing, and those lengths are going to represent the frequency density. So now you will make the table further. You have to make one more column. This column was already there. This column was already there. You will create another column. Okay. Now you tell me, agar mujhe, if I want to find out, I know length into breadth is equal to area, and I have the breadth, I have the area. If I want to calculate length, what will be the formula? Area upon the, right? And what was area for me? What was the area for me? Area was, say it again.
Frequency.
Frequency. So frequency. And what was the breadth for me?
Class width.
Class width.
So basically you're saying length is equal to frequency per class.
And this length is nothing but the frequency density. Frequency density. So my formula would become frequency density is equal to frequency upon class width. Very simple. So applying this formula, what are we going to do? We are creating the third column, applying this formula. Okay. So apply it. So frequency density, how do you calculate? You calculate using this formula, right? This formula, frequency density is frequency upon class width. That's what we just learned. How much is the frequency? 28. How much is the class width? Class width, how do we calculate? You do, this is the upper limit. This is the lower limit. So you calculate class width is equal to upper limit minus lower limit. So for you, the upper limit is 20 minus 0. So what is the class width for this one? How much is the class width for the first
20.
one? This is 20. How much is the class width for the next one?
20.
40 minus 20, that's also 20. How much is the class width for the third one?
10.
10.
10. 50 minus 40. Class width for the next?
20.
20. Next?
30.
30.
30.
That's
So
a class width, right? Yeah.
That's the class width. We created one more. We will write that also down. So it's frequency density is equal to the frequency divided by this, isn't it? Divided by the class width. That's what we just learned, right? Divided by the class width. So 28 by 20, 36 by 20, 20 by 10, 30 by 20, 18 by 30. That's what we have done here. Can you see all of these? You calculated the frequency density. Did you get the answer for each one of them? Do you know how to, did you understand how to find the answer for frequency density? Yes?
Yeah.
So now if I give you a question, will you be able to do it? Right? After that, this is done. Now look, now these are the values that you got. Ye values, these are the values that we got. Okay. Now we are going to draw a graph. In the graph, we'll obviously have X and Y axis. So what should be on the X axis and what should be on the Y axis? Okay.
On the X, like the side one, that will be
X
frequency
axis, right? X axis
frequency and the lower
will
be
have
class width.
we will not put frequency anywhere.
Okay.
Frequency will not put anywhere. On the X axis, note this down, X axis will be your class width. And the Y axis, this one, Y axis will be the frequency density. All right. So let's see how do we plot it. So when you plot it, when you suppose you get this, you get this. When you plot it, you get this. तो ये जो area होगा ना, that is the frequency. That area would become the frequency. Am I clear? Am I clear? Okay, so I'll just go to the point again. See, what was your first? It was frequency density was 14. Look at the question here. Look at the table here. Frequency density was 14 and the class width was 0 to 20 yani 20. Okay, look at this. Frequency density kitna aaya tha? You got 1.4, not 14, sorry. So 1.4. Look at this. You will plot it. Do you see 0 to 20 here? 20 to 40, 40 to 6, 40 to 50, 50 is the next one. 50 to 60, 60 is here, 70, 80, 90, 100, and you make the classes jo pehla tha hamara, that was 0 to 20, so you make it like this, right? And then look at the y-axis. You're putting the frequency density on the y-axis. So the first question, the frequency, this is 1 point, this is 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 0 0.6, 0 0.8, then 1, 1.2, and 1.4. Isn't it what the value was for us as well? The class width was 0 to 20, and the frequency density was 1.4. And if you multiply these two, this is the bar chart that you got, bar graph that we got for the first one, the histogram that we got, the bar. And if you multiply 1.4 and 20, what do you get? Can you tell me 1.4 into 20, what do you get? 1.4 into 20 will be how much?
28.
It should be 28. And ideally it should be equal to the frequency. I have just done length multiplied by breadth. I should get area equals to 20. That area is nothing but the frequency. Isn't the area 28? Isn't the area 28? Right? So everything is there in the table and everything is also there in the graph. I hope my point is clear. Right? Any confusion, anybody?
No, miss. Can you just go to the right so I can copy down the,
I want you all to make this.
Yeah, okay.
Quickly. I want this to be made in the in your notebooks. I want you to make it. Do you have a, if it's better if you have a bar, if you have a graph sheet.
Could you zoom into the values?
Okay, can you see it? Better? Trisha, better?
Yes, thank you.
You have to tell me the values. Tell me the width.
20.
30 minus
Width is. Yes, you're lagging.
30 minus 25.
It is 10. Sorry, 10.
5. 40 minus 30 is
10.
10. You got all your breadths. You have to find
Yeah.
out the length. Length nikalne ke liye, what is the process? What do I do?
Multiply.
You divide frequency, divide the width.
Oh, okay.
Frequency by the width. Frequency is the area, right? Right? And हमको निकालना क्या? We have to find out frequency density. You're looking distracted, Kyra. So,
I was just noting it down.
yeah. So how much is the frequency? 5
5.
divided by this 5,
5.
which is equal to 1. Next, tell me.
7
Shamik, tell
divided
me.
by 5.
Shamik, tell me.
Divided by 5, which is 1.4.
7 divided by 5, which is 1.4. Next one. Trisha.
I think I did it wrong.
Okay. Now, can you tell me what do you think it is? What is the correct thing?
It's going to be 10 divided by 3. Or
Is
3
it 10 divided by 3 or area, which is frequency divided by the class width?
3
Three-
upon 10.
Yeah,
It should
3
be
upon
3 divided by 10, which is equal to how much?
0.3.
0.3. Now what do we do? What should we write here? 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, ऐसे करके we will have to make a entire this. And the first one will go up till what point? The first one should go up till, if this is 0, and this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So 0.3 should be somewhere in between the two. Somewhere in between 0.2 and 0.3, somewhere here somewhere. So up till there will be my 0 to 20. Did you get it? First you make the table, then you know this is on which axis? On the x-axis. This is on which axis? On the y-axis. So on the y-axis is the frequency density, and on the x-axis, as we discussed, is the length, right? Now we have to make the graph. We have started plotting this graph, this histogram.
Yes, can
So
I,
we have,
if you're doing graphs, can I do like 2 on 1 page?
not a problem. First you tell me how do I do it here, and then you can start doing it on your own.
Alright.
Now the next one should be 20 to 25, which means kitna, what should be the next one? Up till where? This is 25, right? In between. So this is ye yahan se yahan tak hona chahiye. But what should be the height? Height should be up till 1.
0.2.
Right?
Oh,
No,
1.
up till 1. No? But we are doing for the second one now. So that should be how much I need to figure out where is 1. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. I think I made something wrong here. 1 second. I'll just draw this again. You all can see, right? I'm just making 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 0.10 would become 1.0. This is 0.1, 0.2, and 0.25. 1, 2, and 2.5 will be somewhere here. This is the height. Any confusion, anybody? How to draw? Naina? Okay. Then next, I have to go up till 1, this one. So I'm going to draw that now. So I'll go 0 to 20 to 25, and the height has to be 1. So I am going to go up till like this. That's the second one. Is it clear? Is it clear?
So the first one is low like that, right?
The first one is the frequency density is 0.25 and the width is 0 to 20. So I went all the way up till 20. The second one is 20 to 25. So how we drew it? We went from 20 to 25. And how much height? Height is up till here, 1, because this is 1. Then I need to go up till 1.
So that's why it is so wide in the first one, because it's 0 to 20.
Right. Now for the next one, the height is 1.4. So 1.1, 1.2, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. This is 1.4, this one. So 1.4, and it is from where to where? 25 to 30. 25 to 30 is this, right? And it has to go up till this height. So I'll go and do this. That's the next one. ठीक है, ये clear हुआ? Anyone, any confusion? No? No confusions? Okay. Now the last one. Last one is 30 to 40. So which means the entire next one. And 30 to 40 is here, this to this. And the height has to be only 0.3. Where was 0.3? 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. This was 0.3. So this is the height that I'm supposed to keep. Okay. So this is how it should be. Okay. Got it, everyone? Have we understood how to make the bar, how to make a histogram with frequency density? Very, very common question in all past papers. Zarur, you will definitely get a question on this.